What's up guys, and welcome to another video. So right now I'm gonna get some active recovery done. It's like 3:15 on a Thursday and I did a shit ton of stuff this morning as far as like creating content, recording a podcast. I had a podcast recording scheduled with a friend, but she had to reschedule because she had a lot of shit going on today. So I took that opportunity to say, you know what, let me not waste this time. Let me actually just pivot, adapt, and do something super productive to produce more value for you. So that's exactly what I did. Now, also what I'm doing is I am sampling a new hoodie concept, or our first hoodie concept. We did some performance hoodies that were super lightweight, super for the summer specifically, because it's like a very cooling fabric. But right now we're sampling a new hoodie. It says "Seek Discomfort" on the front, and then on the back we have the retro Powerhouse Mentality logo. And while I like them a lot, I'm not in love with them, and I'm not 100% satisfied with the material. It's just not right. I want the sizing a little bit different. I want little things cleaned up. Like, I'm not a huge fan of like the metal here. I'm not a huge fan of these like drawstrings. I want some different things. I have a little bit of details that I want to add into the pockets to make it even more luxury and high quality for the consumer, because I'm never going to put out a product that I'm not 100% satisfied and that I'm not 100% in love with. I want to be fucking obsessed with everything that we create, because I know that if I'm obsessed with it, that means that it's something that you guys are going to absolutely love. And I will never put out a product that's not 100% to the standards that we have set as a company and as a brand, because we're all about pleasing you guys. We want to be fuel and gear for the mentally tough, and we want to be able to be durable for your lifestyle and give you something that you can be proud to wear. And even if that means spending more money with sampling, spending more time having to work through this, and spending more of my time researching and designing things, that's fine, because I'm willing to make that investment to make this the best possible product possible. We also got another sample in, but I'll show you guys that later, because this is a learning experience for anybody who's in business, especially if you're in any sort of consumer and product business. But let's do some active recovery. So let's talk about the most difficult part about building a business, especially a product-based business. Because with a service-based business, it's a little bit different, right? You don't have to have something physical that you have to create. It's more like you provide good service to somebody to help them solve a problem. And with a product-based business, you are doing the same thing. That's what entrepreneurship is. That's what business is. It's helping to solve a problem, because if you cannot solve a problem and there is no need for your product or service, then you're not going to make it in business. So when it comes to a product-based business, one of the biggest challenges that I've noticed is being able to create exactly what you have visioned in your head, especially with apparel. So what we do generally is we either go through manufacturers overseas where we have communications, we get sampling, whether it be we receive a sample or we see video of the sampling, and we create the product that we have in mind. Now, a lot of times this might not work out the way that you want it to. I've worked through it's kind of like a middleman for a lot of the products. So the No Problems Only Solutions t-shirt, we worked through a middleman company where they had the conversation with the manufacturers. We got everything done. We received the sample. We fell in love with the sample, and then we produced the product. That is one of, if not my favorite products that we've produced to date. This hat, the Make America Mentally Tough Again, might peak that, but That No Problems Only Solutions oversized tee is absolutely my favorite. And don't worry, we have more things coming like that. But sometimes you receive a sample and you're like, did a child create this? Or this is absolutely not what I envisioned. And this is a perfect example of this. So we've been working on flannels, and I've had a conversation with a couple people talking about this and kind of building hype around it. And we've received one product sample of a flannel. We hated it, didn't like the way it fit. It was too big, the material wasn't right, the stitching was wrong, the logo wasn't right. It just didn't look good. So we decided to move forward with a different manufacturer and receive a sample from them. And I've been waiting on these samples for so long. There was a lot going on with shipping, and I've been so excited to get them, just to get them and have them be completely wrong. And so this is what it looks like. The color is not what I wanted. I wanted more of like a navy blue instead of a black and red. The material, it feels like a napkin that I would use at a dinner table, not a soft, kind of stretchy flannel, which was what I was looking for. I was trying to create something that is polyester, so it's durable, but it also has a little spandex in it, so it's a little bit stretched so that it can fit your active lifestyle, right? And then it was also supposed to have some details here, like our logo, some stitching on the back with No Problem, or with Are You Willing to Suffer a Little Bit More? And this is just a fucking flannel that feels like a napkin from a dinner table. So sometimes that's gonna happen. And this is a prime example of how important it is to be able to pivot, to be able to adapt, and to be able to adopt the no problems, only solutions mindset. And that's why I press it so hard. So no problems, only solutions. Yes, I'm frustrated by this, but the reality is it is not right for us to create flannels right now. So that's going to be pushed back. So hopefully by next year, we're going to be able to come out with flannels, and we're going to go heavy and hard on creating a good foundation for graphic t-shirts, fitness apparel, hats, different types of gear. So I want to hear from you guys. Drop below in the comments what you want to see next from the Powerhouse Mentality, because I have so many things swirling around in my head, so many things that I want to create, but we also have to be realistic and understand that some things take time, great things take time, and we have to take it one step at a time, but I'm always willing to hear what you guys want to see next. And that's just a little bit into a lesson that you can take. It's just not always going to work out the way that you want it to, but you have to be willing to pivot and adapt and not give up. So let's talk about that piece, because that piece, 6 rounds with a 15-minute time cap, 200-meter run, 8 deadlifts at 155, and 6 burpee chest to bar pull-ups. I felt fucking good during that piece. And I did something not super similar, but maybe like 4 months ago, 3 months ago at this time. I did one where it was 800-meter run, 30 deadlifts at 155, 800-meter run. I remember almost crying during that workout because of how afraid I was to lift 155. So I did 30 singles of 155-pound deadlift. And I'm always somebody who's been a good runner, but with all this back stuff and hip stuff I've been dealing with, my running mechanics and my form have taken a hit, and I've been working to improve those as I strengthen my hips and strengthen my glutes and strengthen my core. But the point being is that running used to be like the recovery part of the workout, and then I was finding myself where my heart rate was getting jacked every single time I ran because my mechanics and my technique was terrible to compensate. But now, in this workout today, for the first time since I hurt my back, I feel like I'm back to kind of that runner where the 200-meter run, it was tough, but it wasn't the thing that was jacking my heart rate up the most. It was almost like the deadlifts were jacking me up and the burpee pull-ups, and the run was like, push it, but also recover for the next round so that you don't have to stop or slow down. And I felt super fucking consistent. And that's what it's all about, guys. You put in the work and you feel like you're not making progress. And then you have a workout like this, or you have a moment like this where you feel like, okay, it's all fucking working. So Metcon 2, right on the board for you guys to see. Now I just need to reiterate, because I just spoke about how great I felt during Metcon 1. But what I didn't mention was that during one of the deadlifts, I think it was on either the 4th or the 3rd round, I can't really remember, I felt like a pull in my back. And in that moment, I was like, whoop, stay focused, stay tight, don't rush things, don't get jerky with your movements, focus on the form, don't hurt yourself. And then I proceeded to continue. I didn't really think much of that one rep. Then throughout the rest of the workout, my back started getting pretty sore, pretty tight, started getting a sharp stabbiness in the final Metcon, which I didn't show here, but is C2 bike and burpees, just a lot of them. And as I'm sitting here a few days later recording, my back is still a little bit tight and a little bit sore. So initially it scared me, and initially it messed me up for a few days mentally. But what I'm starting to realize with everything going on is that every single opportunity that I have to get better and to learn a little bit more about my body and work on my weaknesses is going to be something that I'm going to take. And a lot of the times when I hurt myself or when I feel some sort of a pain or a pull or something, it's an indicator that, hey, you got lazy on a rep. You need to focus on staying tight. You need to focus on slowing down and being very intentional with what you're doing instead of just rushing through it to get it done. And that's exactly what I will be focused on moving forward. My coach made a comment when I told him about this that I had been getting or looking a little bit more jerky with my weightlifting off the ground. So I'm going to make sure moving forward I stay really, really focused and intentional on staying tight with every single movement that I do so that I don't hurt myself again, so that I don't have to deal with any sort of setbacks. And again, learning from everything. So today, as I'm recording this, I'm getting ready to do a pretty heavy leg workout, which will be in the next vlog for you guys. And I'm going to take it literally one rep at a time, one set at a time. I'm going to stay focused, stay intentional throughout the entire piece or pieces of the training session to make sure that I'm doing good. But getting to this Metcon specifically, I set a goal for myself to get 100 box jump overs total across the 3 sets of an AMRAP, and I felt really good about how well I was moving the barbell, and I ended up breaking that goal of getting 105. So in the video that you're watching right now, this was the final and 3rd set where I got 40 box jump overs because I found a really good rhythm, and my legs were completely blown up. After this, the final Metcon again that I did not show was a 5,000 meter C2 bike erg, 100 burpees, and a 5,000 meter C2 bike erg with a 28-minute time cap. And I fell within the time cap. I got 27:47, so I just got in there and I completely sold my soul. And again, every single burpee I had a stabbing pain in my back, so made me really focus on, okay, how can I get better here and how can I learn from this? But I hope you guys enjoyed the vlog today. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, do all the things, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.